Hi Cancer, we have Safi here joining us. She kind of like likes when I sing happy birthday to you. She sometimes joins in, right Safi? Mama mama mama. Mama mama mama. Mama mama. Mama mama. Mama mama. Mama. Did I not tell you? She just loves that song. So it doesn't matter. She kind of like is the princess and she has birthdays 365 days a year. So Cancer, let's see what is up. What's happening this month, September. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. My name is Kat. I'll be your host for the next 10 YouTube minutes. They're kind of like limit for it. Please make sure you check your sun sign, you check your moon sign, you check your ascendant. Because this is a general reading, you're not going to get everything catered to yourself, but the message will be flying. And if you get messages, in order for your spirit guide to know where to find you, you need to subscribe. And if you're subscribed, you can also join. You'll get the invite for joining me on live Saturdays at 11 Eastern Standard Time. And enough of talking, and let's go into doing. So you're getting Fire Tom. It's going to be some flirting. That could be kind of like one night stands. It could be somebody that you have who is coming in and walking in and out of your life. So fire toms are really, really sexy, male or female. And they kind of like to do things, and they really, really make you feel really, really good. So let's see, what else do we have for you, Cancer? We have the Empress. You have like two major arcanas on the bottom. This is like, it could be mother and a daughter. Could be like there's a special connection. This can also talk about a secret daughter, or this can also talk, because of this in the combination, there is like a possibly third party. Maybe it could be some kind of like a clandestine affair. Be careful that somebody is not committing for a reason. So let's see what else I can find out. Well, you have the Fire Tom, which is like the Knight of Wands, and now you have Fire Kitten, which is a Page of Wands, and we can see the kitten's tail is catching basically fire, so you might be playing with fire of some sort. I mean, you Cancers, and not many people know that. I know, I was married to one, very, very passionate. Maybe you don't really jump like Aries in the fry, but oh my gosh, the passion is really, really substantial. And this is a karma card, right, Safi? And this really talks about speaking your truth. It also talks about victory. It talks about, you know what, trusting yourself in the circumstances. Like, I mean, you're really feeling it's time for you to kind of like do something that is a nourishment and nurturing for you, and it is really, really important, because we had your birthday transition, and then after the birthday transition, the very next transition, which was Leo, which we just finalized, is usually difficult, right? So for you, it was kind of like repositioning, resetting, trying to put things in order, feeling a bit frustrated of some sort. So you have Four of Earth. It could mean that you kind of like had your walls erected. It could mean that you were a little bit self-centered. It could mean that you were just oriented to the closest to you, but this also simply could mean that you hate wearing a mask. You hate all this freaking pandemic. You hate that you cannot shop properly. You hate that you cannot engage. But still, there is like some kind of like status quo in the situation. And then we have the Ten of Fire. So we have the Tom. Ten of Fire is very similar to Ace. It's very similar to basically Pages. And now it tells me that this is not something new that is going to jump this month, that maybe for a while there is some kind of like situation going on. Ten of Fire also talks about not only things being fiery, but things coming to the surface, and it's really needed to be handled, right? And then you have Demon Cat. Third party or exes. That's usually what I see, and I see this juggling. I see somebody looking from the side. Maybe somebody's checking you out if you're quote unquote good enough to be, let's say, the new potential partner. But I don't like Demon Cat when it's upright. It means also sometimes codependency. It means that somebody doesn't call on time, that you'll be overly panicky or overly resentful, and it can create a whole bunch of things. So it's again going back to your playing with fire. And remember how I said it, and now I can see something possibly getting revealed or jumping in your face, and hence you're just like pulling back and saying, okay, wait a minute, just like cool everything off. Then we have earth tone. So now there's like a quantitative change. It really says maybe you're saying, look, you know, this is all great. I love you. I like spending time with you. I like possibly even sleeping with you. But ultimately, I want a relationship. And for this, we need this ingredient of friendship. And this is like, to me, the ultimate friendship card, the ultimate kind of taken care of card. Ultimately, let's slow it down. And I can see that slow down, like it's kind of like surrounding earth. It's kind of like putting, kind of like coming in the situation. So you have earth, 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 and earth. You can see like the influence is really, really happening. Your own house, you're actually still tired. You're still kind of like reassessing things. You're still kind of like trying to find something that really, really makes you jump. Like, I mean, now we have these 2 4s. This is really telling me that you are trying to position yourself. Maybe you're tired of issues that are coming in your life that are kind of like reoccurring, and it's kind of like taking toll on you, right? But this is also saying that you really need to just simply start with the first step. You simply need to start with small things and make them kind of like continue. So this is your environment. You have Sky Queen. You might be dealing with earth sign, clearly. You might be dealing with air sign as well. There's like somebody possibly, you know, who is very, and that would make sense. Earth sign, air signs really, really need friendship, because that's how air signs bond, right? Like, you can be fiery and passionate, and air signs would interpret in their heads, books, we're in the book, oh, the notebook, yeah, like, I mean, and then they basically put that program in, and they're in that program, but it doesn't come as naturally to them as, let's say, water signs, right? Or earth signs that are just enjoying the pleasures of flesh. Like, air signs need to kind of have their head stimulated, but that's kind of like sometimes they really rush things through, but they really need that slower engagement where they can start sorting things out emotionally, because that's where the weakness is with that sign. And this is really tells me that somebody is really engaging you in that way, and you might be feeling that they're really not interested in you because they have a little bit aloof or a little bit detached attitude. So do not judge them. And maybe they're also looking like, okay, well, I want to play, and you're like, what, sleeping? It's a period that I see over here that is maybe tricky to navigate. So hopes and fears. Woo, we have the Lovers. So now the Empress can indicate Libra or Taurus. Now we have Gemini, right? So we have water signs, we have earth signs over here, we have air signs, and this is also air. This is also talking about Mercury, right? I really think that something is going to be happening for you around the September 5th and again around September 22nd. Mark these 2 dates up, because it's going to be very important what kind of path you will take, right? This is about choices. Will you choose to trust yourself and do something about this relationship, or will you just relegate it to the sidelines and say, you know, I don't know if I really want to bother. So it's going to be really important what kind of attitude you take in the situation. So where is all heading? 7 of Fire. Well, there are no victors in love, let me put it that way. If you need to go toward victory, you have nothing. And this is kind of like buried in Demon Cat. Like, you see, these 2 cards are like, I mean, 2 sides of the same coin. One is saying, you know, set them free. If they are yours, they're going to come back to you. This is saying, do not set them free. They're in your hand. Don't let them go, right? So which way will you go, right? Because there's like something that is really brewing in your head. You kind of like are having some thoughts. So do not try to go and win. In fact, look at this, like 2 things that are on your mind are really talking about almost like disruptive kind of like elements that, and this is sometimes, sorry to say, kind of like that you want to create drama in order to create more passion. So that can kind of like talk a little bit as well. And if that's the case, do not do it. When you're dealing with somebody who is cool-headed, that's going to be not brownie points here. It's going to be a big freaking minus. So just make sure you are being as organic as you can be as open as you can be, because you're dealing with somebody who's communicating a lot. Literally, I can see Mercury here. So let's see what else we can find out here. I want to see this demon cat, why it showed up here, and I'm over my 10 minutes. Constance, it's interesting because also demon cat can represent Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about raising above, taking advantage, going to high places. And Constance is like, look, you just have to kind of keep putting one foot in front of another and keep moving forward, right? So let me see this Four of Earth here, and it is a letter. Well, you might be invited to go somewhere, and you might be very inclined to reject it, but this is really telling you, do not reject it. Do not be into this funk, whatever it is. If you need to talk to somebody, this can be a therapist, this can be a tarot reader, wink wink, and this can also be somebody older that you really trust, maybe even, let's say, your mother. Somebody who really gets it, who might actually give you a different insight and different perspective in the situation. Now let me see the Seven of Fire advice. Yeah, don't go nuts because you don't like something. Don't just go and party and send a wrong message, because trust me, what you do this month and how you behave, it's going to be really looked under the microscope. I know it sounds weird, but you're doing the same thing to somebody else, because there are like lots of baggages that are coming here from the past. Somebody had got cheated on, or you may be afraid this is going to be happening right now. So, but yeah, sure, somebody's going to be saying, hey, look, you can get better, you can do better. And the other kind of like part of you will be saying, but wait a minute, I feel really comfortable here. Somebody going to be actually really checking your character, but you will be also very intrigued with how things are going. It's going to be really interesting. It can go in any direction. So let me just get one more card here, Safi, if you let me to get one more card to see Romance Angel advice for you. Stay optimistic about your love life. You see, it's telling you, just look for it like a really gold pot at the end of the rainbow. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Accept invitations, accept advice. If in doubt, find a friend, somebody to chat with, and not somebody who is going to be like the dog in the back of the car. No, they're not. These are not friends. Friends are supportive, but friends will tell you what they need to tell you. If you don't have friends like that, it's time to find them, right? Tarot readers, same story. You have to find somebody who will tell you how to move forward, right? So guys, keep an eye on the target. Just say to yourself, I'm worth it, I deserve it, and believe in it, because it clearly shows you the victory and nurturing and positivity and moving forward. Not every situation is the same. And yes, sure, there are some red flags, but also there are some red flags in you. You can overcome these red flags actually very simply, but simply not making a big fuss out of it. Instead, just taking those small chunks and analyzing them and kind of like moving them forward. And that's going to allow you to take time and to look at all the kind of like elements and the issue from different sides. So my dear Cancer, enjoy your month. As I said, you can get your daily dose of tarot on my Instagram and tarot. Check me at Cat Tarot. Also, like live is Saturday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to get a reading with me, contact me via cattarot.ca, and you can find all the information there. I love you and I wish you all the best.